Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and you see this article here. You're gonna hear the screen reader here in a second, and I have been preaching this for years. The technology that we have, and the day and age we are in. This is ACLU is dead nuts right on this, man. Cops are human; they lie. Because they're cops, they're trained to lie even more, and the courts and the prosecutors listen to them more than you because they're all in the same bull crap. This article just came out the other day. I've been preaching this for years. We need to make this sucker go viral. This is so true, and in fact, some of you that follow my channel know that I've already experienced this lately. I had a friend that was in an accident, and supposedly the gear on their car didn't work during the whole accident scene. There was a part that was cut off where where the person asked the policeman, did the other car try to stop or swerve to avoid? Because they are supposed to try to do that, even if somebody turns in front of you, which is illegal. I agree that doesn't give them the frickin' right to hit your car. That part was not in the video when we were putting our put our case together. We got another situation. Now, the patriot here in town, Ian McGuire, they call it his YouTube channel is So They Call It Freedom. They frickin' hate him so bad, possibly worse than me, in Charlotte County in Punta Gorda, that they arrested him for loitering and prowling, and he was handing out flyers, and this is what's really messed up. He was handing out flyers for another sheriff that actually is a constitutionalist and believes in rights and all that. So wow, that's messed up. So when they arrested him, the first car that showed up, that guy said, yeah, we're probably going to let you go because you can't make this stick. This is one person's word against you. It's some rich lady that, said that she saw him breaking into the back of her business in the dark. Oh, what it was bullcrap. Bullcrap, period. First cop that came there said, yeah, you're probably going to be let go. Then the second cop came up and said, nope, you're done. You're going to jail. And on both of those videos, audio is missing, which we could have used. Put it this way, we investigated this, and he investigated this so much that, of course, the prosecutor freaking dropped charges. He has the witness testimony, too, which we want to make a video of here someday, where the lady even contradicted herself in the witness testimony. Yeah, I saw him do it, but it's really dark back there. You can't see what's going on. What the fudge, man? So this is why we have to make this go viral. In this day of age, sorry, man, with technology, if you don't freaking have this, then boom, throw the case out. Anything, tickets, any interaction, you better have freaking audio and video, period. And then some of you watch this too. I actually, with our investigations, and supposedly we don't make a difference, but isn't that weird? Punta Gorda Police had us in there with Police Chief Tom Lewis. He's been bugging me for almost a year now. Come in and we'll talk. And I said, there's no frickin' way. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you out, my lawyer. This last time, because all three cases here where we're saying that evidence was messed up, their audio and video evidence, we're busting them on us. They have defective equipment. He kept saying that, this is good stuff for us because it helps us. Well, guess what? It helps both sides, dickweed. Jesus Christ. Then he said we can't, it's old equipment, we can't afford to upgrade it. Really? Yeah, you could. If you quit being road pirates, wasting time, violating people's rights for victimless crimes, there's a ton of money that they get that you could redirect. Stop the cops wasting time, violating people's rights, harassing them. I mean, this is not freedom. This is freaking corrupt tyranny. And I have to keep saying that because he kept saying that. You keep saying corrupt tyranny. What the fudge? You think our founding fathers would call this freedom? They would call this tyranny. They would have been shooting already. period. The freaking British did way less than what they're doing now. We have surpassed what the Nazis did in Germany. So body cameras, and until they do this, you have the right to record. Everybody needs to get the new car DVR cameras for their car. Everybody needs to get little cameras that they can carry on their own. You need to fire up your cell phone. This is one of the best ones lately, believe it or not, is Facebook live stream. Live stream that freaking sucker right to your Facebook page so they can't destroy it, because that's a neat thing. They know that they freaking lie their ass off so much that they will try to delete the stuff off your card. Our system is corrupt to the core. You know, he kept saying this, you're saying we're so... It is corrupt to the core. Damn it. You've lived in your effing bubble so long you don't even see it. You think this is right and normal. It is not. And especially Florida is freaking in the top 10 of corrupt states in America. This is ridiculous. Up north, the FBI and other agencies would already be here shutting your freaking tyranny down. So make this sucker go viral. Everybody record. Everybody get the car DVR cameras. Another thing I think I'm finding out that helps too is they now have stickers, like 2 by 3.5 inch stickers for your car that says video surveillance. And some of these stickers actually say video, car video recording. And I really do think that that does help, because that lets them know that you're recording what's going on in the street. If you get pulled over by one of these freaking road pirates, you're telling them that you recorded. You do not trust them, and you shouldn't trust them. Jesus, everything is illegal. Where in the Constitution and where did our founding fathers say we should make everything illegal? Because yeah, let's get rid of the British rule and make everything illegal, because that'll be way better. Nowhere. One way you can stop this insanity, defund these pricks, man. Another way too is jury nullification. People need to get outside the courts. You need to start letting the jurors know they have the right to jury nullification, which means if you think the charge is bullcrap, you can say no, not guilty. And that is one way we got rid of prohibition, because prohibition was such, oh my god, such a nightmare, such bullcrap. People got sick of it and started doing jury nullification. That no, this is bullcrap. You are not guilty. The person who is guilty is the government making everything illegal and guilty. So, jury nullification, get COPWATCH everywhere. Everybody needs to record. Everybody needs to make this sucker go viral. The ACLU is dead nuts right on this. If you don't, any interaction you have with these freaking corrupt tyranny pigs, you better have a recording. Period. This crap has got to stop. This is not America. This is Nazi Germany.
If cops don't turn on their body cameras, courts should instruct juries to think twice about their testimony. Since 2014, at least 14 people have been killed by police officers wearing body cameras that were either not turned on or not operational. Roughly 2 months ago, an officer in Charlotte failed to activate his body camera before fatally shooting Keith Lamont Scott. On Wednesday, news broke that the officer who killed Scott will not face charges. Days earlier, an officer in Washington, D.C., failed to turn on his body camera before fatally shooting Terrence Sterling. And this past July, an officer in Chicago failed to activate his body camera before fatally shooting Paul O'Neill in the back. These unrecorded killings threaten to undermine confidence in body cameras. If these cameras are only as good as the police officers and departments responsible for deploying them, then their contributions to police accountability will depend on the very people they are supposed to hold accountable. But it doesn't have to be this way. As explained in No Tape, No Testimony, a new report by the ACLU of Massachusetts and the Samuelson Law, Technology and Public Policy Clinic at UC Berkeley's School of Law, police officers and departments are not the only ones who can ensure that body cameras are used responsibly. Courts can do it, too. Courts can influence body camera usage through a tool that is unique to courts: jury instructions. Consistent with provisions the ACLU recommends that state legislators put into law, the new report proposes a model instruction that would discourage body camera mishaps by empowering juries to devalue or even disregard a police officer's testimony if, in the jury's view, the officer unjustifiably failed to record an interaction with a civilian. Courts should consider trying it, for at least 3 reasons. First, videos have profoundly shaken public confidence in the capacity of legal proceedings to separate fact from fiction based on witness accounts alone. In Massachusetts, for example, my office represents a woman who was initially charged with assaulting a transit officer after complaining to that officer about how she was treating another woman. But there was security footage showing that the officer actually attacked our client, and prosecutors dropped the case against her and began prosecuting the officer. But when video is absent, court proceedings can too often disadvantage civilians, whose claims can so easily be disbelieved when they contradict officers' account. Second, body cameras are probably here to stay, so it is important to ensure that they are used correctly. These cameras can help uncover the truth about violent police-civilian encounters and even deter violent encounters from happening in the first place, but only when they are consistently worn and activated. Third, when police officers fail to turn on body cameras before shooting someone, as happened to Keith Scott, Terrence Sterling, and Paul O'Neill, all of whom were black men, they put courts at risk of reaching catastrophically unjust results. A guilty police officer, someone with enormous power, could escape liability. An innocent person could be wrongfully convicted. Courts should not leave it up to the police to avoid these catastrophes. Accordingly, the model jury instruction in no tape, no testimony would enable courts to discourage body camera mishaps while also empowering juries to decide when those mishaps warrant consequences for the police. If the jury finds that the failure to record was unreasonable, then the instruction would authorize the jury to devalue the officer's testimony and to infer that the video would have helped the civilian. If the jury finds that the failure to record was due to bad faith, like intentionally sabotaging a camera, then the jury would disregard the officer's testimony altogether. But if the jury finds that the failure to record was reasonable, for example, because the officer kept the camera off due to a department policy respecting civilian privacy, then the officer would suffer no evidentiary consequence in court. Harassed and detained for filming the police. ADD or NAM because it would have juries decide whether to say no tape, no testimony. This model instruction is hardly a radical proposal. In fact, courts in 8 states, Alaska, Arkansas, Indiana, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Jersey, Utah, and Wisconsin, already authorize evidentiary consequences that encourage officers to record custodial interrogations of criminal suspects. Adapting this approach to the body camera context would be straightforward. But it would also be profound. By issuing this instruction, state courts could improve the odds that violent police-civilian encounters will be recorded, and that courts will just resolve disputes arising from those incidents. And because President-elect Trump could halt the federal government's recent attempts to improve police accountability, the next big innovation in police-civilian relations might have to come from state courts. When appropriate, judges should allow juries to send a clear message to police witnesses: no tape, no testimony.